Hello, my tubies and my Teletubbies. It's Sheila. I'm laying in my bed. I watching TV. I think I have the flu. My nose is clogged up and whatever. Happy New Year to each and every one of you, and I hope that the year 2020 bring you nothing but the best. I know I'm going for the best. My New Year's resolution for 2020 is to lose some weight. I want to lose at least 50 pounds this year. And number two is I'm only doing things that make me feel good about life and things that make me feel good about myself. Anything that does not make me feel good about myself or about life, I will dead it. And that's my two resolutions for 2020. I believe that's very, very realistic. Now I'm here looking at this person, I think it's Michelle Pink, and I'm listening to the advice that she's giving females out here. Everything when it comes to Michelle Pink and Shira71 is all about the money. Get the money. Let the man cheat on you. Let the man do whatever he wants. As long as his wallet don't cheat on you, that's all you need to care about. I don't understand what's going on with these people, these females. Anyway, this is why I like to watch these shows with my tubies, like Shira71 and this Michelle Pink, because the advice that they're giving, I like to give my rebuttal as we're going along. Because these two females I don't even know if Michelle Pink is a female, but I guess it is. These two females are giving out really bad advice. I would say, look, with Shira 7, she has like 25% of her advice is a keeper. She has some good advice, but 75% of what she says, that's a no-go. She's recommending that young women go out there and find an old man 20 years older because they're easier to milk. Meanwhile, you end up with some old dude who's ending up with erectile dysfunction. He's going to be in a bad mood. And when he's in a bad mood because his testosterone levels are dropping, he's taking those bad moods out on you. Instead of getting someone closer to your age where you could build together and grow together. But they're recommending that you go out here and get these old ass dudes. And no. Anyway, let's listen in.
You are a woman. You have a vagina, but that does not mean that you have to use it. Okay? You can get way more from a man by promising him that you're gonna have sex with him than for you to be sitting up letting this man jump up and down on you. Y'all forget all the sex talk. F all that. Y'all need to work on your self-esteem. Period. That's where it starts. Because if you feel like you have to have sex with a man in order for him to pay you or in order for him to give you something, that's something that's wrong with you right here. That ain't necessarily nothing that's wrong with no mate, and that's because I don't have sex, because I done figured the game out. Once I figured out, if I don't have sex with you, you gonna do all of this for me? Baby, I wrapped that thing up so tight, it's gonna take, who knows to open it, okay? Y'all need to, sex is the easiest thing that you can get. You can go get sex from anybody. You can go get a meal from anybody. In this group though, we're trying to get cars, houses, furs, nannies, drivers. We're trying to get some shit like that up in here. Y'all.
Now, what man do you know that's going to buy you cars, houses, furs, if you're not engaging in sex with him? Where are these dudes that she's talking about? You even have, what do they call, sugar babies, looking for sugar daddies? With a sugar daddy, he gives her money and all of the above, but she's damn sure going to be sleeping with him. Now, and I've had men treat me nicely financially, and no, I didn't have to sleep with them. And that's because these were men who were looking for companionship. I didn't have to sleep with them because they were looking for a woman who has a brain that works. I tend to attract men. The ones that I attract lately, now that I'm mature and more seasoned, are men who are looking for women who can stimulate them mentally. Now, if you could find men who are into mental stimulation more than the sexual thing, because they may have some erectile dysfunction problems, or they may have a lot of these guys that are very insecure, I find, when they're not circumcised. You know, they're very insecure. But lately, like when it comes to Dale is my Italian stallion I've been telling you about. Dale is 69. He's going to be 70. I've known Dale for a while. Dale has no problem going in his pocket for money when it comes to me if I need it, because I try not to be in put myself in that position. I make my own money. But he has been generous because he wants a woman who has a brain that works. So he's more into the mental thing. But how many dudes out here do you know, their brains are all smoked up, fried up from crack or weed or crystal meth or opiates? They're looking for the physical thing. Only way you're going to find a man who's going to spend money on you without you having to give up sex is if he's into mental stimulation. And I have loads and loads of that. I also have Rick. Rick is kind of young. He's a younger guy, but he has taken me out. He has spent money on me without me having to go in my pocket for anything. Rick is a Capricorn. Capricorns, they like mental stimulation, So he appreciates my company. And then I have Steve. Steve is right across the street. He's my military man, the Marine. He has spent money on me and taken me out to dinners and refused to let me go in my pocket for anything, even though I insist that I leave the tip. If you're going to pay the bill, then I will leave the tip. Or if you're going to pay for dinner, allow me to pay for the drinks. And I have these 3 dudes that don't let me go in my pocket for anything. And that's because they're into mental stimulation. Good luck trying to find those type of men today, sweetheart. You usually find those type of men that are kind of older. It's true. Older. But like I said, Rick is what? 58? 59? Yeah. And I've met men in their 50s also. They're not into the older men, 50s and 60s and 70s. They're not into mental stimulation. These are dirty old men. You have some men out there who will pay for companionship, just companionship. But the way Shira 7 and this Michelle Pink go about it, if I were a man, I wouldn't go in my pocket. They wouldn't get a dime out of me. Nothing. Do you hear me?
I'm talking about, oh, well, he give me $1 or $2 $100 and I have sex with him after the second or the third date. Who raised y'all? Like, what? You don't. You know what? I could have sex every day of the week with a different man if I wanted to. Sex ain't nothing. You do not have to have sex to get a man to give you some money. And
she's right. You don't have to have sex to get a man to give, but you have to find the right type of man. If you are dealing with men who are brain dead or who are drug users, you see, Rick don't use drugs, Steve don't use drugs, Dale don't use drugs. Only thing they do is drink. Like Steve, he likes his beers. When he comes over here, I always keep beers in my refrigerator, nice and cold and chilled, and what have you. We sit, we chill, we watch some Netflix, or I go over to him because he lives right across the street from me in the trailer park. Okay? He has a very, very nice trailer. And it's a very nice trailer park where I live. I live in, really a nice area. And that's it. He'll take me out to dinner. He'll take me, what was that place that he took me? Oh, the Adirondacks. Yeah, we go to the Adirondacks sometime. He doesn't have a car. He don't have no problem with Ubers and Lyfts. Dale has a car, which half the times he come up here because he doesn't live up here. He lives in the Bronx. Dale is from the Bronx, Little Italy. So when he drives up here, I make him leave the car and we do everything Uber because he likes to drink. So you can't be drinking and driving, Dale. So we do everything Uber. We like to go over to Delmonico's. We like to go to Beefsteak this other restaurant. We like Delmonico's. That's his favorite because it's Italian, and we go to another little joint that we like to hang out. We've gone to the museums. We go to bowling. He likes to also play billiards. We go into the club and we go play some billiards when he comes up here. And like this Michelle Pink says, no, you don't have to have sex with dudes in order to get money. Or how about it? I'm not gonna. I don't even like saying it like that. In order, but to have a man treat you like a lady, put it like that. They go in their pocket. But you have to keep in mind, make sure you find men who are into mental stimulation and not that physical nonsense.
To continue. Now, with that being said, if you're not 19 and 20 years old, you can't pretend like, oh, I'm a virgin, I'm scared, I don't want to have no sex. All that is over. All that is over. Once you get over the age of about 21, that trying to play scared shit don't work for too long. It's gonna work for a few little minutes, but after a while, he gonna be like, I'm trying to get that booty. What's up? Once he becomes too aggressive, once he becomes too adamant about it, once he becomes mad or decide he want to, talk loud or be mean in any kind of way, cut it off.
That's right. Now you could take the advice of Michelle Pink on that one. The first time they come out of pocket crazy, you did that. Okay? The first time someone put their hand on you, that's the last time they should put their hand on you. And if you are in a relationship with excuse me, Tubies. If you are in a relationship with anyone, and you heard what I said, if you are in a relationship with someone and they cheat on you, that should be the last time they cheat on you. Because I know 3 women already who have herpes and who have HPV. Okay? Now, those are 2 diseases that you cannot protect yourself from. I don't care if you wear 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 condoms. That's skin on skin disease. And that herpes and that HPV is no joke. And I'm not talking about the herpes simplex 1 like a fever blister. I'm talking about that serious, the monster herpes. And I'm talking about HPV. These 3 women in my job have HPV and they had cancer. HPV creates cancer inside your body. 2 of the women are wearing wigs now where their hair fell out from the chemo that they have to take. And one of the other women, she's wearing a turban to work every day. And I know another woman who has cancer, her hair is growing back, but it's real thin. She don't wear a wig or turban. She should wear a wig because her hair is so thin, you can see her scalp. So that's why I also say, dudes, you have all these men who's focusing on women and their hair. You women wear weaves, you wear wigs, honey, please. And like I saw this video with these Caucasian girls laughing and talking about, yeah, black women, look at their weaves. Yeah, that's not their hair. Those are the very same Caucasian women that could end up like the Caucasian women at my job. Now, they don't have no hair. Even the black women who wear weaves and wigs, they have lots of hair. They have loads of hair. They just choose to different, it's easier with the wigs or whatever. It's easier. But my point, getting back on track, is you don't have to sleep with these people to have someone treat you ladylike. You don't. Just make sure you get someone who's into mental stimulation opposed to the physical thing.
So you don't care about...
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I had lost track of my thought. With this Michelle person, the moment they get mean, and you know how these dudes are these days, especially as they get older, what makes them mean is they go through andropause. You know how women go through menopause? Well, these dudes, they go through what's called andropause. And while they're going through that transition, not to mention their midlife crisis, but their andropause makes them meaner because their testosterone is dropping and they're mean. They walk around the house, won't say nothing to you, hardly ever speak. They look mean around the house. Everything you do, it gets on their nerve, or they're cheap and stingy with you. They treat you so badly. And no woman has to put up with that. The moment that starts to take off, honey, you need to take off. You don't have to put up with that. You have options, and your options are you get to live like Living Single, the Golden Girls, or Hot in Cleveland. You have your women friends. You can support each other. You have the laughter. You go out on dates. You laugh. You giggle. Just don't have no man living in your house. Because the moment they start getting mean and bitter and all that crap, look, I don't have to put up with this nonsense. You can either kick his behind out, kick him out, and move yourself in a roommate. Try to get yourself 2 girlfriends that you can move in. You guys could split the bills. You know, you charge each roommate maybe what, $600? $600 a piece? Even though, make sure you can pay your bills without anybody. Make sure you don't bite off of more than you can chew. Always make sure you can pay your bills on your own. Like if my roommate was to leave today or tomorrow, I could pay my own bills still. I just wouldn't be able to save as much as I like or shop as much as I like, but I could still pay my own bills. Freak this nonsense, because women putting up with all of this craziness, I know I'm getting sick of it, and I know millions of other women are getting sick of it, if not billions. They're getting sick of it too. So just know that you have options, honey. You have options. You don't have to put up with this crazy nonsense.
For me cheating on you, girl, I gives a fuck. Y'all gonna make me cuss. Y'all gonna make me cuss today, but I don't give one fuck if Mr. Fox cheat on me. You know why? Because that's that chick over there getting ran through. My little stuff I don't want my stuff looking like roast beef and pastrami and Swiss cheese. My little stuff is like a Hot Pocket. Okay? And I'm gonna keep my little Hot Pocket intact. He can cheat all day long.
I'm not staying with no man who's cheating all day long. And yes, I'm going to keep my beautiful sweet plum. I call mine a plum between my legs, a nice sweet juicy plum. And just because he cheats don't mean I'm going to go out there and share my beautiful plum around town. But I'm not going to sit up here and have no man cheating on me. This is one of the comments that Michelle Pink say that I disagree with. You sit up here don't care if a man is cheating on you. You know, it doesn't matter because you're not having sex with him. There's going to be times when you're going to be horny or feeling in that sexual way, and you're going to end up sleeping with the dude, especially if you have feelings for him. You can try to hold out all you want to, but there's going to come a time when you're going to have sexual desires. Now, if you don't care about him out there sleeping all around town, what the hell is he going to be giving you? The only thing that Michelle Pink and She Were 7 care about is the dollars. That's it. I don't know what happened to them in life or where they're from. I know she lives in Houston, Texas. But I'm talking about before all of that. She must have had some kind of poverty, a really bad poverty situation where the only thing they see is dollars, 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 dollars. They don't care if they have to sell their soul to the devil. They don't care. Just is all about the dollars. They don't care if they whatever.
Run me my money. He can put his little pee in whatever hole he feels is secure enough, baby. I gives a damn about that. Let's be real. I don't care about nobody cheating on me. Cheat on me, nigga. Run through her, not me. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. He ain't the prize. That little pee he got, I can get this one, that one. This one got a curve on his. This one can turn me around and flip me like that. This one can eat the box like groceries or whatever the little girl say. Look, I don't care about him cheating on me. Cheat on me, please do, because you're not getting it from me. You better not cheat. Your wallet better not cheat on me. That's what better not. Because if he spend money on another chick, that's when I'm going to have to bust his head to the white meat.
If he spends money on another chick, that's when I'm going to have to bust his head to the white meat. Oh my God, that is just too funny. I had to pause that with Tubies. I had to share the laughter with you.
Let's be clear. Your wallet cannot cheat, but you can put that little pee in where you want to. Girl, please. Whatever. And I said sex is for poor people. I'm going to explain why I made the title. Of course, the fact that sex is for prostitutes is, whatever. Of course, they get paid for their little sex. So hats off to the prostitutes. If you getting paid for your little monkey, baby, get it, okay?
Now you're going to sit up and say hats off to the prostitutes if you're getting money for your little monkey. That's what she calls it. Your monkey. Power to you, girl. Now we're going to sit up here and promote women prostitute themselves. Oh, get real.
I say it's for peasants and poor people because that's what poor people do. You ain't got nothing to do. Your cable off, so you gotta lay up and fuck on each other all day. You don't have no other activities. Let me tell you something about a rich man, okay? He ain't got time to be sitting up laying up fucking on you all day and all night, and y'all looking in each other's eyes and feeling on each other's booty and all that stuff. He don't have time for that. You know why? Because he gotta get up and go to work in the morning. Hello, he got to get up and provide for a household for you. He got to pay car notes and figure out different income streams because he's got to get to the bag. He ain't got time to be doing all that with you, baby. He don't. So that's why it's for poor people. Poor people don't have nothing to do. Reserve your PP for the one that's going to give you money, the one that's going to appreciate it, the one that's going to worship you like you're a goddess. I don't never have no man disrespecting me. The first time he disrespect me, the first time he don't show up for a date, the first time he don't call when he say he gonna call, you're off the roster. You don't.
I agree with that to some extent. If they don't have a valid reason, you said it, like I know so many women who have been ghosted. Even men have been ghosted too, where the woman says, "Meet me over here." She don't even bother showing up. But I have several acquaintances and friends who have been ghosted, where these characters claim that they're going to meet them at a certain place. They don't show up. The first time they do that, you dead them. I would dead them after 7 days. I always believe in lucky number seven, as you know. I will not ban them, block them. That's what I'm looking for, the word. I won't block them until after 7 days because I'm going to give you a week to give me an explanation of what happened, because I don't know. Maybe he could have been in a hospital. He could have been in an accident. I don't know. But you have 7 days. And then after 7 days, if I don't hear from this person and they don't have a valid excuse, you will be blocked. Because I don't need people who I can't depend on. I don't. You starting the relationship off wrong already. You're starting it off wrong. So I suggest, this is how I handle the situations, Tubi. I give them 7 days to get back to me, and other than that, yeah, you talk to me rudely. You don't call when you say you're going to call, or if I call you and it takes you like forever to call me back, or I send you a text and you can't send me a text within the hour. Because I know people get busy. I'm busy a lot of times. Sometimes my girlfriend has, but these are my girlfriends. These are my girlfriends who I've been friends with forever. Like Samara, Samara Moore, the one I named my daughter after. This is since I was in high school. Teresa, since high school, if not junior high school, I think. So if things go down between us, we understand each other because we've been friends forever, literally. Now, when it comes to some of my newer friends, there's times, yeah, that I can't get back, but I try to hit them up within the hour. I do try that. But there's been times, like I told you, I was going through a depression, losing my family to a cult, and all of this craziness, loss of the family, loss of the religion. I was kind of depressed. So I'm not in the mood to talk right now, peeps, because I'm not going to be at my best. And I don't want to say anything to hurt your feelings. So I'm just going to I can't talk right now. But when it comes to somebody you're just meeting, you're just starting fresh, and they're already coming out the gate starting like this, nah, you're blocked.
You don't get no chances. I'm not happy that you called me after you behaved badly. You behaved badly. Your chances of ever getting the PP are over. Sex is the ultimate goal for men, just like marriage is the ultimate goal for women.
Now tell me what's wrong with that picture. Sex is the ultimate goal for men. Marriage is the ultimate goal for women. Women are the ones who's doing what's right. Women want what's right. Dudes don't want what's right. And they're supposed to be the head of the household, the head of women and children, but yet they don't want to do what's right. Women want to do sex belongs within marriage, like the Bible says. Every time, Tubies, I went contrary to the Bible, it always blew up in my face. Every single time. When I do things according to what Jesus Christ is instructing me to do, everything falls into place, everything runs smoothly, everything is beautiful. So you see, it's these dudes out here. They don't want to live right. They don't want to do right. And then you wonder why women have to override their headship. Why women can't be submissive to these dudes out here. Because they're not trying to live in harmony with Jesus Christ's teachings. They're not. All they care about, like the Bible says, God said, I am a jealous God. Do not put any other God before my face. Their penis is their God. They will do anything to accommodate their penis. They will do anything to appease their penis. That's all they care about. And then you wonder why women don't want to be submissive? No, women have the right idea. Our main goal is for marriage. And that's what their main goal is supposed to be as well.
Hello, if you question what his ultimate goal is in the beginning, he ain't got nothing to work for. You never gonna get no money, cause he ain't gotta give it to you. He already got what he want. He already got what he want. And y'all sitting there worrying about, well, how you do it? How you do it? This is how you do it. This is how you avoid sex. But still, the games don't stop when you get a husband. The games continue and they go even harder, because at that point you gotta get life insurance policies. You gotta learn how to flip them mugs to where your children and their children will be straight. That's what you gotta do. See, you gotta be a smart girl. I'm not worrying about no Bible. Somebody get this girl off my phone talking about the Bible, baby. We don't.
You see, now that's the thing I don't like about Michelle Pink. She has no respect for Jesus Christ. You could tell. She has no regard for Jehovah God, Yahweh, Jehovah. She has no respect for the Bible at all. That's why she thinks the way she thinks. And that's why I like doing these type of videos, because she can mislead a lot of females. And I like to believe that I can help keep a lot of the females on the right track and help them to think properly. You know, there's some things that these people say that you could keep, and other things, just take it and throw it so far in the garbage, honey, you will never be able to restore it, ever. Like I'm telling you, to disregard the Bible, no. You pick up your Bible and you follow Jesus Christ's teachings, and you're going to land on your feet. Guess what she's going to end up landing? Probably somebody end up cutting her up, and probably in a dumpster somewhere where they done sat up there and spent this money on her, and things didn't go right. Or she gonna get with the wrong clown, sleeping around. Like you'll listen, she'll say have like 15 or 17 of these clowns in line. Watch what her endpoint is gonna be if she don't wake up.
But to think that you have to have sex with a man in order for him to see you as valuable is crazy. It's crazy. So this is what really it's sad. It's sad because you don't even know your worth. You don't know your worth. If you don't know your worth, how do you think somebody else is gonna know it? You can tell people all day, I'm so beautiful, I'm so pretty, I'm so used to being spoiled. But if you answer that phone after this man then ghosted you for a week, if you continue talking to this man after he done called you out of your name, if you continue to entertain the same behavior that you've been entertaining from this man year after year after year, ain't nothing you can do to make him see you as valuable. You have to show people you are valuable.
Now that part you could keep. See, now that part of what she said, I will keep that because I agree with it. And it's just a proven fact. Proven fact. Just like I never understood how women could give up their bodies so easily, but they won't give you access to their car keys. They won't give you access to the keys to their apartment or their house or their condo. They won't give you the code to their bank account. They won't give you the debit card, ID. But you'll sit up here and give up your body so easily? Shouldn't your body be more valuable than any material thing? I'll tell you like I tell everyone. My body is priceless. This beautiful, sweet, juicy plum between my legs is priceless, darling. You can't afford this. You can't buy it. You can't. That's something that has to be earned.
You can't tell them that you're valuable. You have to show people that you're valuable. Period. Sex ain't gonna do that. This little rant that I'm on this evening was motivated by this post that this older lady had wrote. Because I said when you're over 50, you gotta be having some sex. Period. And I said that because at the age of 50, hear me, let this sink in. 50.
She said after the age of 50 and up, now you got to start putting out, you got to start having sex. That's bull crap too. Like I said, Tubies, make sure you find someone who's more into mental stimulation opposed to physical stimulation. She's trying to say that when you're 50, these dudes know that you've been with so many guys, so many. No, honey, I could count how many men I have been sexual with on my fingers and still have fingers left over. Now, and I've watched shows like Dr. Phil and Maury Povich and several like Steve Wilkos. And these females, young females, especially on Dr. Phil, these girls are like 17, 18, already slept with 50 dudes. Some of these young females have already been ran through by 85 and 100 guys. So to sit here and automatically assume that just because a woman is in her 50s and up, she must have had so many partners. No. Truth be told, women of that age, they have more morals, higher morals than the women of today. No, I could count the dudes that I've slept with on my fingers, baby. You think these women, their fingers ran out, their toes ran out, and you get a freaking a calculator that didn't even ran out with these younger women of today.
The age of 50, number one, you still don't know the game at 50. That's why you're in this group. Number two, men at the age of 50 have so perfected their game. They have so perfected their game that all of this stuff that we're trying to do and say to them, they might have one up on you. Because a 50-year-old woman that is naive is much more susceptible than a 19-year-old woman who is nothing. It's because it's hard for an older man. It's not going to be like, you can't play that, oh, I'm traumatized and, I done been, whatever. They're not going to listen to that. They're going to be like, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that. Let me get some of that. So you're going to have to do something, because guess what? If you ain't doing it, Mabel over there doing it, and she cooking, wearing lingerie. Pearl over there, can do the splits on the PP, and Ernestine, she cooking greens, waking up, cooking shrimp and grits for him. So older women are the biggest pick-me's. Older women are the biggest set of pick-me's ever. So you're going to have to do something.
Well, I don't agree with that either. I don't like pick me girls and pick me women. I don't, because they're willing to do anything just so you'll pick them, and they're willing to put up with abuse. I could never be a pick me type of woman ever. I'm not putting up with no man. Let me tell you my deal breakers: drug usage. I ain't dealing with your ass. Putting your hand on me, that domestic violence nonsense, that ain't happening. And cheating, you can forget that crap. And if you want to spit in Jesus Christ's face, you don't have no regard for Jesus Christ whatsoever. That's it. I have 4 deal breakers. So you see, I could never be a pick-me type of female. But you do have a lot of women, and it's not just 50-year-olds. You got a lot of these young females who are willing to do any and everything, let clowns degrade them, use them in every single hole that they have, busting all in their mouth, wanting to watch them swallow it. I think you saw my video that if you go back, the certain kind of sex that these men are asking prostitutes, I recorded it so you could hear it yourself. to hear the type of sex that these guys expect from women, even to the point of pissing on women. They're willing to piss on them, defecate, or all this crazy stuff these guys want to do to you. And you have females who are actually going for that nonsense. Get real. Now, when it comes to a woman, she says like the older woman, she's cooking and all of this. I like cooking. I like watching a man eat. They eat differently than women. They eat with such vigor, and there's nothing wrong with a woman enjoying cooking for a man. I like cooking for women too. And bring your children while you're at it. Even though I don't like kids, I don't like kids. They grow up and they want to give you their behind the kiss after you done bust your behind for them and did everything for them, and they could sit up there and grow up and throw you to the wayside. That's crazy. But not getting off track, yeah, she's cooking the greens and she's doing all of this, whatever. That's not her being a pick-me type of woman. These women of today, like Shira 7, she teaches you how not to cook. Burn up all the food so that way he don't ask you to cook. Or don't cook the chicken all the way through so it's raw so he'll stop asking you to cook. And if you don't want to clean, just act like you're allergic to the Ajax and the Mr. Clean and the orange, to clean up the house and everything, make everything nice and clean, and don't want to do laundry. Just act like you just mess it up all the time. And then they won't ask you. These women don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. They just want you to give them money, buy them cars, get them what? Yeah, right. You better be glad I ain't no man. These type of women wouldn't get a dime out of me. Not a dime. Because I can see already that they can't mentally stimulate me. That ain't happening. You can't mentally stimulate me and you can't make me laugh. Or if you can't motivate me to want to get up every morning, keep me motivated where I want to get up in the morning. Those are the type of 3 guys that I deal with. That's why they'll spend money and go in their pocket when it comes to Sheila True Love. I inspire these men. I'm a good conversationalist. I love conversating. I'm a communicator. And I'm a good companion. I make it well worth whatever they spend. And no, I don't have to let them go near my sweet, juicy plum.
Along those lines, the game is totally different when you're much older as compared to when you're much younger. When you are a young woman, men will fall for whatever you say because you're looked at as the princess. You're the prize. You're untainted. When you're 50 years old, it's been some people that ran through that thing, and he know that.
It's been some people that ran through that thing, and he know that. So you trying to say these young females didn't have some people run through their thing? You're going to tell me that these dudes out here today, they don't know that? If they don't know that, then they don't know the game. Then they sleep. Because these young females have way more niggas that done ran through them than the older woman. You could trust and believe that. Turn on Dr. Phil.
So you can't pretend like, I don't want to have sex. Girl, please. He gonna be like, you better turn that mess in. I'm 47 and they straight be like, what we doing? Exactly, because ain't nobody got time. Both of y'all is on the way to death. You are halfway dead when you're 50 years old. You have lived more days than you will live at 50 years old. If you ain't did it by the time you're 50, you need to be like, look, dude, what is we doing? Is you gonna pay these bills, or what is we doing? You trying to get some pee? You gonna try to lick on me and suck on me? What kind of money is you bringing to the table? That's the conversation that you need to have when you 50. When you 25 and 30, you can be like, oh, I was raped and I'm so sad and scared and I can't really have sex anymore. Please help me. Come on. Then you can do all that. But once you get 50, he gonna be like, girl, if you got raped, it was 10 years ago. Suck that mess up and open that gap. That's what you're gonna do.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to get that. Hello. So the problem is, I know I don't have to have sex and don't have any plans on doing it. The problem is how long is realistic before they make a tour exit. Who cares? Let me tell y'all something. Who cares if he leaves? That's why you need to have 9, 10, 14, 17 on the roster. You need to have as many men on the roster as you got time for. If it's 5 days in a week, you need to have 15 on the roster so you can rotate them dudes out. Okay.
Now, do you see this? You got to have like 15 different dudes, 9, 10, 15. And that, don't forget now, if you're older, according to her, Michelle Pink, if you're older, you got to be putting out. You got to be giving it up. Which I said, yeah, the hell with that BS. You could be 50 or 60. Excuse me. As long as you're youthful, you know what youthful means? That means that you still like to go out, you still like to do things, you're still a whole lot of fun, you still know how to laugh. Because I notice when it comes to people as they get older, you don't hardly see them laugh anymore. That's sad. And that reminds me of something that Gregory Elliott, my ex-fiance, he told me, the one that I loved like crazy. He said, you know, the reason why, Sheila, I was never in a hurry. I've never been married, he said, because I noticed, he said, when you look at married couples, you notice that they never laugh anymore. You hardly ever see them laugh when you go out to dinner. So, of course, I go out to dinner and I always look around at these couples, especially older ones, and they don't hardly laugh. The laughter is gone. And that to me is just so sad. That's really, really sad. Anyway, we'll get back to part 2 of this because it's already 40 minutes. I'm going to upload this and I will get back to you, my tubies. I love you. I'm going to entitle this Female Narcissist, Full-Blown Female Narcissist. This is what they look and sound like. That's what I'm going to name this one. I'll see you on the other side for part 2. I love you, darlings.